Happy holidays, everyone. I'm Terry Adams, the CEO for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Weld County. And on behalf of our entire organization, thank you for spending a few minutes with us this week as we launch our week of giving. We usually do this in person in conjunction with our Youth of the Year Hope Breakfast. Getting together is not in the cards this year, but our continued need for support for kids has never been greater. So we are thrilled to have kids back in our facilities this week as we've established remote learning centers offering safe care and supervision for kids who need us while they navigate their school day remotely. I'm so proud of our members and our staff for their ability to adjust and stay resilient as they tackle this challenge. We are hopeful and optimistic that we can raise $25,000 today. And if we do, that $25,000 will be matched, giving us $50,000 to invest in our club kids and their families. Please accept my sincere appreciation in advance for your part in helping make that happen. So today we offer this video feature that will give you a chance to hear from a few personalities from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Weld County. You'll meet a few members of our board, you'll meet some club kids, and you'll get a sneak peek preview of our Youth of the Year participants. And you'll be inspired by the impact our clubs are having on young people today. Our special thanks to Bessler Homes, who are presenting this virtual Hope Breakfast experience, and to Comcast, PDC Energy, and T-Mobile, who are partnering with us to kickstart the financial support for the week. To start us off, it is my pleasure to turn it over to Jamie Bessler.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. I'm Jamie Bessler. I'm a board member here with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Weld County. It's such an honor to be here with you today and really an honor to be a part of the Boys and Girls Clubs. One of my passions is really just to love and serve our community. It's such an exciting part of what I get the opportunity to do each day and very much get that opportunity here with the clubs. The club's mission really aligns with my heart for growing talents and for leadership. Each day here at the Boys and Girls Club, they are pouring into the youth within our community. And there's many, many different ways that they pour into the youth here. First and foremost is some of the basic needs. And in this year of 2020 has certainly had a tremendous amount of challenges, and the need is great. Some very basic needs. The club has adjusted and just done everything they can to meet some of these basic needs of just food and shelter and help with education and working through the virtual world of learning. And beyond that, the talents, growing the talents of these young kids within our community. It's so neat to see them continue to blossom and become better artists and musicians and athletes. Just continuing to pour into them and developing those talents. And then lastly, though, is leadership. Our youth are the future leaders here in our community. And so being able to pour into them and help them develop these leadership talents, these leadership skills that they need to continue to move forward. It's so instrumental for our future. And here at the clubs, that's what they do every day, and that's why I'm passionate about it. So today, you're going to hear from some additional board members, and they're going to be able to share with you why they're involved. I'm also excited because you're going to have the opportunity to hear from two of our contestants in the Youth of the Year competition. Today they have the opportunity to begin their journey towards being the Youth of the Year, and they're going to present you with their first-time speeches, and you'll have that opportunity to hear from them a little later. In the spring, we will be awarding one of them as the winner of our local competition for Youth of the Year. Some of today's funds, actually $5,000 of today's funds, will go to the winner, and they'll be able to use that as a scholarship towards their future education as they move forward. Additionally, Ames has given 2 scholarships, one for each of them for $2,500 for their use at Ames Community College if they so choose. Again, I really thank you for being a part of today and joining us. I'm hopeful that you learned something new about the Boys and Girls Clubs here in Weld County, and enjoy the presentation.
Thank you to the staff and board. And one staff I would like to give a shout out to is Jesse, because he's nice and he's my favorite staff. Coming up next is Rock and our Youth of the Year itself.
Hello, I'm Rock Schmitz, current board president, Boys and Girls Club, Weld County. Want to thank you for joining us today and give you a little background on why I'm involved with the Boys and Girls Club. Just do it because I believe in growing our community. I see myself as a community builder, and so when I got introduced to the Boys and Girls Club, it was originally about the kids, but then I heard what the club's mission is, and that truly drew me in. Our club mission is to inspire and enable all young kids, especially those who need us the most, to become caring, productive, and responsible citizens. I think that mission statement speaks loud to me, that I like the fact that we're inspiring and enabling these kids, teaching them to be caring and responsible citizens. It resonates with me, and hopefully it resonates with you, that you'll continue to support our efforts to grow these kids and our communities.
Typically in life, there are positive and negative forces that interact in our daily lives. People have the choice to see them as opportunities to overcome or as burdens to bring you down. It's no secret that each one of us have our own stories and the struggles that come with them. We seek answers that we may never receive, or solutions that never seem to be solved. My experiences are broken down into 3 paradigm shifts: my club experience, obstacles I've overcome, and what matters to me. Hi, my name is Itzel Rivas. I am a 16-year-old junior at Greeley Central High School. I am the child of immigrant parents that came to this country for a fresh start. It's true that my parents struggled, but our first few years of life in the United States were simple but happy. In the beginning, we moved back and forth from New Mexico to Colorado, never establishing concrete roots. This was tough at times as it affected our school and social interactions. Painfully, my first paradigm shift happened when my father started to become distant with our family and disappeared constantly. The person I called Dad wasn't there anymore. His drug abuse revealed violent tendencies, and as a result, his deportation back to Mexico. My mindset began to change drastically, and I blamed myself for my father's shortcomings. I was in a constant flux of anger and loneliness. Thankfully, I had the club to help me get past the self-blame and feel like myself once again. When I was 15, my mother got a phone call that my father had passed away. I broke once again, and I had to feel the pain of losing my father for the second time, and this time for good. Those negative thoughts came rushing back in and affected me in every way possible. The only reason I didn't break completely was because of the club. I started attending when I was 6 years old. My mother needed a positive outlet for us to have, and she knew the club was the place to be. The staff made all the difference for us during these times, as they cared for us and guided us every day. Throughout this past year, I've had so much support from everyone at the club. Eventually, my second paradigm shift came to light. Thank you to all the staff at the Jerry Paul Clubhouse. Every single one of them has had an impact in my life. They taught me not to give up, focus on my goals, and persevere. The club opened my mind up to a better way of thinking. This leads me to my third and final paradigm shift, which is helping the youth face the issues of mental health. I saw what it did to my father and how it affected me. How many more teens that are out there are struggling with similar situations and don't get the help they need? It's taboo amongst teens to talk about these feelings, and I want to change that.
Itzel is kind, and she is always there when you need it. Next up is Miss Lori and another Youth of the Year, Isaac.
Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Lori Duran. I've been involved with the Boys and Girls Club now for over 12 years. I love this organization. It is vital to our community, and I have witnessed firsthand the impact that Boys and Girls Club has on kids in our communities. Boys and Girls Club provides a safe, secure environment for kids where they feel loved and cared for. It empowers kids by boosting their confidence, building character, teaching them leadership skills, and it teaches them to give back to the community in which they live by volunteering. We have all been through some very trying times these past few months, and the Boys and Girls Club has stepped up to help our community. They opened their doors for essential workers' kids so that they could be out working for all of us. They provided Be Great boxes for kids and families so that they could be fed during the time when they might otherwise not have had meals, and to make sure that the kids stayed in tune with the programs they are learning at the clubs. They stepped up and volunteered at the Weld County Food Bank when they needed help. And today, they are helping pack Thanksgiving meals for families in Millicans that would not otherwise have a Thanksgiving meal. The stats tell the story here. Kids that attend Boys and Girls Club are more likely to graduate, to attend college, and become productive, caring citizens in our community. This morning, I invite you to help make a difference by giving. Together, we can all ensure a great future for these kids. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Isaac Perez. I'm 17 years old and I go to Greeley West High School. My life experiences up to now have been ones that have taught me to appreciate the positives and thrive on my challenges. My mom and dad have been separated since I was 6 months old. Every week since I was little, and even now, I am constantly going back and forth between households. The arrangement that was established at first between my parents was that I would spend 1 week at a household and alternate to the next parent the following week. One obstacle that came from this was getting comfortable with one household, following all their rules, eating dinner with the same faces that brought me comfort, and then all of a sudden having to pack all my things and start a new routine in another household. The amount of uncertainty and anxiety that comes from an experience such as this is overwhelming for any person, let alone a child having to make this a daily routine. Another obstacle that I had to face was my struggle to stay focused on my schoolwork. I have been diagnosed with ADHD and have trouble focusing. Let me tell you that for any person that has ADHD, daily routines can be a challenge at times, not to mention trying to focus on schoolwork. So having to move weekly from households, having to get all my homework done and fulfill my responsibilities in 2 different environments is a little much at times. Thankfully, as I've gotten older, my dynamic has changed. Now, as a senior in high school, I currently live in one household. My grades have improved dramatically because of this change, and although I don't have straight A's, I am working hard to maintain a better GPA than I ever have before. There have been some struggles personally after choosing to remain in one household, but I am blessed to have multiple parents that communicate daily to work through any challenges that may arise. My dad wanted me to have something of my own, so when he met my future mentor Pedro Lopez at the Greeley Stampede, Pedro let him know about the opportunities the Teen Center had for teens. When I first came to club, I only attended teen nights. As time went on, I started to involve myself in Keystone, community service projects, and fundraising events. The more time I spent at club, the more I began to build relationships with staff like Pedro. I was able to build my confidence and discover who I was as a young man. Being at the Teen Center ultimately became a place where I could express myself freely and enjoy myself as a kid. There's no other place like it on earth. Because of the support of club, I have been able to overcome personal obstacles such as my emotional, spiritual, and mental health. Not to say that I was in a dark place, but rather, club helped me mediate doubts I would have of myself as a whole. Although I have other positive outlets that help me with these obstacles, such as soccer, fly fishing with my dad, or just spending time with my siblings, the Teen Center gives me a new perspective on how to navigate these obstacles.
So the importance behind the Boys and Girls Clubs for me has always been the opportunities they provide the kids, not just in terms of the various programs that they allow the kids to partake in, but just the support and the resource and the various outlets that they provide to the kids in our communities. And it's so incredible to see the various programs that they have. And not only that, but the relationships that they foster and maintain over the years for so many of the kids. I mean, that is just an invaluable resource, and it's really incredible to see.
Thank you for watching, and now you can hear from some of the other club kids.
Weld County has changed. There's a lot more pressure put on the younger kids than it was back then. The suicide rate is high in Weld County. I didn't see that when we were growing up, because a lot of these kids are stuck in a certain place that they just can't get out. They don't know where to go. They don't know who to reach out to. They don't know that there is help out there. You know, it's a struggle.
I was really kind of insecure about things because the way my dad kind of made me feel about myself. And then I started like isolating myself from people.
I would usually just sit around. I was shy and I didn't really talk to people.
I was always really shy and kept to myself. There's certain groups of kids in school. There's the cool kids, the weird kids, and the smart Alex. It's like I always want to be one of the cool kids. I used to really care about what people thought about me.
I would kind of be scared to talk to people because I've normally talked to myself most of the time. And at school I only had like one friend or stuff.
I didn't feel confident when I was younger because I didn't have enough people to hang out with, or I didn't know that much people.
I was like really scared at school because I was like scared that someone was gonna bully me. So I was really shy to meet people.
There weren't a lot of options around my neighborhood to do. A lot of the kids chose to go run around, get in trouble, whether it had to do with smoking or drinking. Even my siblings, I know a lot of times they ended up in the juvenile system.
When I was first introduced to the Boys and Girls Club, first time I walked in there, I heard basketballs bouncing, kids yelling. You know, I can hear the air hockey tables. Once I got there, my confidence level, it grew a lot because they taught me a lot. It was like home.
Yeah, now that I've been to Boys and Girls Club, I feel like I can actually communicate with people better, and I felt really confident about that.
Because of the Boys and Girls Club, I have more friends. I get to know people. We have more technology here, and we get to play basketball in the gym and everything.
Since I've been at Boys and Girls Club, I've been like, my grades have been really good, and I'm a little bit more motivated to do things than I was before. And I've made a lot more friends because like the kids here are like they just started talking to me. It was pretty cool.
People are different. I didn't realize that's the Boys and Girls Club, because like everyone there was open. They would talk about stuff. Being open and being myself was way better, and like made me more friends.
Now like I play with lots of kids and stuff, and I have so much confidence because of this Boys and Girls Club. At club, my activity level has gotten higher. I've impacted with friends, shyness, and having fun.
I chose Boys and Girls Club because I knew it was right for me. I knew that's where I wanted to be. It got me to where I am now. You know, I could have been out there making bad decisions like the rest of my friends, but it has been the greatest choice that I've ever made.
There's a bunch of field trips like camping, rock climbing, swimming, water park, pottery. There's way more that I can name. My favorite program is probably going with Christina because she does like lots of scientific things.
I have like opportunities to do my homework at Boys and Girls Club. And then I have like dinner, and then I have like technology and stuff there to help me with like the online programs that I have to do after school.
My favorite thing about Boys and Girls Club is probably the staff, because they're always like there for you and they make you happier.
I'm in the music program and I'm doing guitar, and I felt like it'd be a good experience because I never played instruments before and I want to learn how to play instruments.
But I realized that I can do stuff to help people, so I did Torch Club. It makes me feel like amazing, like I'm doing like something in the world, because I want to do something in the world. I don't want to just sit around and watch other people suffer.
Try your hardest, because if you do what's easy now, then you're gonna have a hard life. And if you do what's harder for you now, it's gonna be easier.
I shouldn't be worried about anything because in the future things are gonna get better.
I learned at the Boys and Girls Club to treat people the way you want to be treated.
Focus on what you're doing. Don't focus on what everybody else is doing.
Don't care about what other people think or how other people want you to be. Be yourself, because you're an amazing person.
Every donation that's provided to the Boys and Girls Club goes a long way. It goes to education, nutrition, and development. It helps these kids become leaders in our community.